Well, the main games I will be talking about in this video include Mario Rabbids 2 Sparks of Hope and Sonic Frontiers. With that said, I'm going to be starting with the Mario Rabbids crossover, simply because I think that one interests me just a little bit more. Now, as you might expect, this game is the sequel to the original Mario Rabbids crossover. Obviously, it introduces new elements, and mostly being new characters, and apparently, Mario's using guns now. First Shadow did it in Shadow the Hedgehog, now Mario's doing it. Before you say, what about Link? Link's always been using a bow, but he hasn't used a full-on gun. And Luigi's also using a bow, so yeah, there's that. Rabid Peach is using a blaster as well. I think Peach has something here as well. And yup, Rabid Rosalina. We no longer have to assume what Rabid Rosalina would look like. Rabid Rosalina is canon now. And yep, Bowser's in this game too. But not just as a random character. Bowser is also a playable character in this game. Yep, unlike in the original where Bowser was antagonistic up until getting possessed by Megabug to serve as the final boss, because Bowser always has to serve as the final boss, Bowser is actually a playable character, and because of that, we can assume that he is going to be a protagonist in this game. Now, I couldn't get a full-on image of the weapons Bowser will be using, but for the most part, it seems like Bowser's going to be using a flamethrower, or in a similar style to Roy and Koopa's Bill Blaster, but as a flamethrower were to stand out. Now, so more than likely, Nintendo either intends to have some big plot twist where Bowser ends up betraying heroes or gets possessed, or they actually do intend to surprise us by not having Bowser be the villain. And I will be honestly surprised if that's the case. With that said, and will this game succeed? Well, Mario Rabbids 1 succeeded. I think this game has potential, especially if done right. So, will I buy this game when it comes out? It depends. And if the game's good, maybe. If not, I'm not touching it. Alright, Sonic Frontiers. As the many trailers beforehand have shown, this is going to be an open world game. And yep, we can now add Sonic to the lineup of games that have ripped off the Zelda series. Although technically the Zelda series isn't the first game series to do this, but still, well, you get what I mean. Anyways, from what we've seen, they are using Green Hill Zone again. Seriously, I get Green Hill Zone's iconic and all, but seriously, it's getting old. When will you retire this level? Or use some other iconic first level? It's like all you want to do is nostalgia pander. but there is a new zone called, I think it was called cyberspace, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, this game does 100% guarantee the return of, Robotniks in this game. Now, I know people prefer to call him Eggman, but I personally call him Robotnik, for the most part, simply because that's his actual name. Him and Eggman's mostly just been a silly nickname that's been taken to the point where Robotnik straight up embraces it. Anyways, yes, he is in this game. How, you may ask? Well, there is a structure that has the Eggman symbol on it. And I don't know how to get the symbol without getting copyrighted by Nintendo or Sega. But trust me, if you look at the trailer and look really carefully, there is a structure in the game that has the Eggman Empire symbol on it. And when you see that symbol, there is a very high chance that Eggman himself will feature. As such, this trailer pretty much confirms Robotnik will be in Forces. Frontiers. Anyways, some other things that have been shown. Sonic can power up his moves similar to how you could power yourself up like an enhanced health meter or stamina and all that, like in Breath of the Wild. The only difference is that this time it applies to Sonic instead of Link. And it'll play to Sonic's iconic playstyle. Now, there's also talk of another particular character. This new character bears a strong resemblance to... Yup, that's right. A new character Sega is making is based off of one of their flawed characters that didn't receive much good attention, Infinite the Jackal. Now, Infinite was the central antagonist of Sonic Forces. This is only with Robotnik being the main villain. Now, Infinite has the decent design and premise, but his execution was flawed. To the point where, regardless of his pretty cool design and the actor's good performance, the character was poorly received, especially since he mainly came off as a pale attempt to copy Mephiles' success with the fans. Now, this new character has a very strong resemblance to him. The one eye that we see has a strong resemblance to Infinite's. Her hair has a resemblance to Infinite. Its helmet, her dress, is from what I could see, was either black or gray, although I do not have the art for this simply because I couldn't find it. But but I think her dress was black, and there's also been some red headline-like markings on her as well, which bear a strong resemblance to the Phantom Ruby's effect as shown when Infinite wielded it. As such, this new character is very clearly based off of Infinite in terms of design. Now, chances are, this new character will most likely be a villain. What role will they play as a villain? I don't know. But I do hope they do with this character what they didn't do with Infinite. That being, they make her the main villain in now, with the casual placement of that at Robotnik structure I talked about earlier, it seems less likely that Robotnik will be the villain. And so I'm hoping that this new character will be what Infinite should have been. Anyways, that's enough with talking about this new character. Anyways, will I get Sonic Frontiers? Maybe. If it's good, well then we'll consider Sonic. I might get Sonic Frontiers and it'll be my first Sonic game. But that's a maybe. Other games that in this Nintendo Direct, well, there are quite a few actually, but not many really got my interest. This Pac-Man is getting another game from what I've heard. Disney is advertising another game on the Switch. It's probably to follow up how they got Sora into Smash. Which actually does have a decent premise with your avatar befriending heroes and even villains alike, which could actually add some depth to the villains, as we actually do see the fact that you can befriend Scar and Ursula. Anyways, overall, the main games that really had me interested in is Mario plus Rabbids 2 and Sonic Frontiers. The others were just kind of there in my opinion, and so there's that. Right, if you finished reading that, and I hope you have a nice day, and be sure to check out some of my other videos, as I think I put quite a bit of effort into them. So, with that said, see you next time.